Okay, hello everyone and welcome to my page Messages from Venus. This is a private client reading. I have an array of decks on top of the table. If you guys hear any noise in the background, it's because I decided to go to the hallway because it's just, I don't know, you don't hear what's going on anywhere else in the house. So just so you guys know, this is a client reading and this is called the Next 30. And I will be possibly using the Sibylla cards. These I use as just refreshment or clarification decks. This is the Bra de Talej cards. I'm going to be using one of each cards representing each week of the month. And this is the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. This is going to be the overall energy for the month. And then we have the Lover's Oracle by Tony Carmen Salerno for the love portion of the reading. And then for most part of the reading, I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It's going to be a little different because usually I have a spread, but I'm going to read the cards as I would in my Spanish readings. So if I stay quiet, it's because I'm trying to get all of the energies. So let's see what the energies are for this client's next month. Let's see. Okay, so the middle section was a section that wanted to be read. I'm going to put these to the side. And this is going to be your reading. So the first card that we have is the Three of Wands upright. We have the Seven of Pentacles upright. We have the Four of Pentacles upright. Then we have the Six of Swords upright. So off the bat, I'm gonna just give you the reading off the bat. I feel like you're waiting for somebody to tell you what to do, or for somebody to tell you to move forward and where to go as soon as you move forward. For some type of sign, whether that be from the spirit world or whether that be from somebody in the physical world, you're waiting for that sign. I also feel like you're trying to let go of the control in some way, shape, or form in the month of March. I don't feel like this has anything to do with money per se. You have the Seven of Swords, the Chariot card, the Justice, the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Fool card in reverse. So I feel like you're moving into a time where you feel like you've lost everything, all chances, every sense of you being able to move forward in your life. I feel like you've lost that ability to feel like you've have everything under control, or that you can move forward without having to lose it all. But I do feel like with the energy of the excuse me, I'm losing my voice, but with the energy of the the Six of Swords together with the energy of the Seven of Swords, you're actually moving forward when it comes to your ability to, number one, hold control, number one, move forward with your life. Sometimes you have to know what to take with you and what to lose. You have to learn how to choose your battles. And I feel like the month of March is going to be a month where You will learn how to choose your battles. You will learn how to take it upon yourself to know when to react and when not to react. The next card you have is the Eight of Cups, and again, it's moving away from having everything taken away from you. So for the first week of the month, I do feel you, number one, having inner disagreements, fights within yourself, letting yourself know, you moving forward is something stupid. Like, you tell yourself you moving forward is something stupid, but at the end of the day, emotionally, you're not really all there. You might feel like you're there physically, but emotionally, I don't feel like you're there. I also feel like people around you have been draining you for your emotions, or they've been draining you from your ability to feel. So they've been taken away from you in some way, shape, or form, in the ability to feel, and to feel, not just to feel in general, but to feel like you can move forward confidently. I feel like this move is not something that you're doing with confidence at all in any way, shape, or form. And I also feel like you holding on, if you do decide to move on to whatever it is that you're trying to hold on in the month of March, it's not such a smart idea with the energy of the Four of Pentacles and the energy of the Ace of Swords in reverse. So it is something that is taken away from you, in a sense where you are taken away from yourself if you don't take this leap of faith. Do not think that this leap of faith is something that you're going to lose more than what you gain, because you do have the Chariot card and the Justice card together. Okay, so you moving forward into new horizons is inevitable, is what I'm seeing. And also you waiting for something that's better for you is something that's gonna come in maybe in like the next 6 or 7 months, whatever the situation is. And you have the World card upright, you have the Lovers card upright, you have the King of Wands in reverse, you have the Emperor in reverse, you have the Two of Cups upright. So let me see here. So I do feel like, again, for the next month, you have the energy of completing a relationship, or completing a relationship where you have to constantly wait for the other person to complete you. And I think that that's something that you do not see. You don't see that the other person is actually bringing you down as opposed to moving you forward. And I also do feel like you should be cautious with the energy of the King of Wands and the Emperor in reverse, because these two energies are people that get their way no matter what. That's number one. They have the facade of them being in control, but they're really not in control. And they just speak. They have no sort of they don't hold their tongue back. So again, it's the energy of knowing to choose your battles. I do feel like for the month of March, it's going to come a point where there is a relationship that is coming to a complete halt, a complete end. And this person, whether you want to or not, is definitely moving forward. I also do feel like it's not that the person with the energy of the Lovers and the Eight of Cups here, it's not that the person does not feel love for you or have some sort of emotional attachment to you in any way, shape, or form. That's not what it is. Just is that sometimes when the love aspect isn't there, there's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes people just drift apart from one another. There's energies that drift you apart, and it has nothing to do with neither of you. Then you have the Knight of Wands upright. You have the Two of Pentacles upright. You have the Nine of Wands upright, the Four of Wands upright, and the Queen of Swords upright. So I'm feeling also here that by the third or fourth week, if you do not let go of a certain situation or let control of a certain situation, that situation is going to ride you like there is no tomorrow. It's definitely going to ride you. It's definitely going to take control over you and your way and your train of thoughts. So it's best that you leave the situation now and still have some sort of foundation, because with the energy of the Four of Wands, and the Lover's card and the Queen of Swords, it lets me know, I'm sorry, I'm like burping, but it lets me know that right now, with this individual whom you're detaching from, with the energy of the World and the Lover's card, there's emotions there, there's foundations there. You don't really want to rock those foundations because of your mouth, because of your frustrations, because I feel like you've been trying to hold things down because you're not allowing things to leave your life. And the more you insist on people staying in your life, the less control you have over them. Now, in the third week, you had the energy of the King of Wands in reverse, and now you have the energy of the Knight of Wands upright. So I really do feel like this person is going to try to balance things out between you and that person, and somewhere between the third or the fourth week, you are going to realize what you're doing. While this person is showing you their affection, showing you that they are not emotionally discontent with you in a sense where they will want you completely and totally out of their life, that's not what it is. They just don't want you in their life as the Lovers or as the Two of Cups. They don't want that type of relationship with you, but they do want to have a stable relationship with you where you can still keep yourself in some sort of communication, balance, and stability between both of you. And I feel like that is what the energy of the Knight of Wands is doing. Also, I do feel like there might be somebody else in the picture with this person, meaning like an affair. I don't think the affair has taken its full course, but I do feel like this partner of yours is already interested in someone else and has already his eye on someone else, and where he feels like he can be a little bit more stable with this person. Then you have the energy of the Two of Swords. You have the energy of the Two of Wands. You have the energy of the Eight of Pentacles. And then the energy of the King of Swords. And at the end of the month, you have the energy of the you have the energy of the King of Swords, upright. And then the energy of the Three of Swords in reverse. So what this is letting me know is that I feel like at the end of the month, you'll actually see things as what they actually are, as opposed to continuing to work on something that's no longer there. With the energy of the Three of Swords in reverse, this is letting me know that you are feeling a little bit more content, or you are feeling more at ease with what has arisen in your life as far as your love life is concerned, or this partnership is concerned. I also feel like investments will be divided or divvied up in the most fairest way possible. Things will be divided in the most fairest way possible. You don't really have to worry about that. So if that's something that you've been worrying about, you don't have to worry about that as much as before you got this reading, or maybe before you even realized the situation. And at the end of the month, you'll see yourself being at the crossroads. So it's either you're going to be a bitch in this situation and continue to nag, continue to want to have this foundation that's slowly being crumbled if you do not stop yourself. If you do not stop yourself from hovering over your partner or hovering over this person, it'll be crumbled. And you don't want the relationship to be completely and totally crumbled. You want to have a relationship where you're at least friends with this person or cordial with this person. I do feel like at the end of the month, you have to choose whether you want to continue to be a bitch, or talk a lot or nag a lot, or you will continue to look at, not continue, but you will look at the situation in a different perspective and continue to work with your attitude and the way you handle things or the way you perceive things. Okay, so that was the general part of the reading. The overall card, these cards I absolutely love for readings of any sort, but because this is a monthly reading, I am going to shuffle these as I look at the spread to see if there's anything else that needs to be added on here. as well. I also feel like next month is not a good month to waste a lot of money. I feel like you should be focused on budgeting yourself accordingly and not stressing your money or finances too much. Try to stay away from shopping sprees as well, or like little anxiety tics that you may be having. Try to stay away from those. That's not the way out of your anxiety. And of course, this is tax season, so some people may be getting a refund more than others. In this partnership or this relationship that you're in, the money is going to be a deciding factor as to how this relationship will continue or will end completely. Because I feel like this person that you're with also feels like you don't really know how to budget yourself, or just too much control over everything. And I feel like this person also feels like you oversee everything, every aspect of everything in his life, in your life, and everybody else's life around you. You kind of like oversee it, and he doesn't like that. So the overall message for the month is Mary Magdalene. Teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. So with this message, and these are one of the spirits that I work with, but what this message is really telling me is that not to run for the hills as to where this relationship is totally and completely dead and gone when you do move on, because I do feel like you're gonna get so tired of this person's mouth that you're gonna just move on and not think about it twice, and you're gonna just give in to whatever it is that you need to give in. But I do feel like you need to lead by example, is what this overall card is letting you know, or the energy of this overall card is that you should lead by example. Sometimes we just totally bypass who's next to us, or who's looking at our lives, or who's looking inside of our lives, and we never really take a chance to look at the example that we're giving to other women, to other men, or other people in our situation, friends, family, etc. How you handle the situation or the outcome of the situation, according to you, like I said, you can decide to either continue to nag of the things that you have to let go, or look at a different perspective of the situation. And of course, as you move along to the next chapter of your life. But because the spread is so nice and it ended with the Three of Swords, I do feel like you're the one that's gonna be letting go, and it's not gonna be as hurtful as it was maybe a month or two ago, or as it started being a month or two ago. Now I'm gonna leave the love card for last, and then I'm gonna choose one card for each week, or a word that you can focus on for each week of the month. Let's see. Okay. So you have returning, working. This is week 1. Working is week 2. You have movements, week 3. And path, week 4. And again, all of these cards are leading you back to what? Working on moving along in your life. Okay, the first week of the month, you will probably want to go back and reevaluate and try and continue to push through and tell yourself, this is something that's not really happening to me at this very moment in time. Should I let go of these items, or just let go by signing these documents and just letting it go? But I feel like by the 2nd through the 4th week of the month, you will have a clarity and clear as day that you should move on. Just keep moving on forward in your life, and whoever does not want you to be part of their life, or whoever does not seem like they want to continue to write their story with you, you can let them go. And this is going to be the love portion of your reading. Let's see. I'm going to pull a card for you and that person. Okay, so I'm going to pull your card first. So let's see here. These are a little bit difficult to shuffle because they are heart-shaped. So this is for you and this is for the other person. Okay, so it reads, acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point to trying to change that which is beyond our control. Holy fucking shit. Hello. Girl, you have to let it go. Just let it go. Just keep pushing. And then the other person's card is playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together and remember, love is the greatest healer. And this is the message. Initially, I feel like this person, or intuitively, I feel like this person is wanting to experience another flesh, experience something else, or experience someone else. The more you detach, he can either do two things. He can either realize that you're not there, or not even realize that you're not there anymore, nor emotionally or physically, and move on to the next person or situation in his life, or the next story of his life. So I hope this has brought you inner peace. I hope you like this little spread, or how I did it this time. And for those of you who are interested, this is the next 30 on my shop. I don't have any coupons at this very moment in time, but you guys can always check out my information, which is listed below. And I wish you the best of luck to whoever this reading is pertaining to. And love and blessings to you and yours. Bye.